So, Russia woke up one morning, invaded Ukraine, and they gave their reasons for the special operation. And fast forward to now, the whole world is in crisis. Fuel prices are going up globally, and that has led into a sharp increase on the prices of goods and services.
Prices keep rising in America, and policymakers are asking how the central bank could let this happen.
Forward guidance, I think, overall slowed the response of the Fed to the inflation problem last year.
We are using our savings.
Are you nervous about the future?
Yes, of course.
Two of the world's biggest economies, the United States and China, are struggling.
We are also sitting with a shortage in supplies on certain products which are currently sitting in both Russia and Ukraine and can't be shipped due to this conflict. In my country, South Africa, I am now buying a 2 liter of cooking oil at almost double the price, and it is the same with all other food items.
Economists say inflationary pressures are coming from food and high fuel prices.
Now, let's pause a little. How did we get here? Well, the US and some European states decided that the best way to deal with this situation is to have Russia isolated.
So today, I'm announcing the first tranche of sanctions to impose costs on Russia in response to their actions yesterday,
while at the same time assist Ukraine in defending itself. Was this the best strategy? Definitely not. As we can currently see, people outside the two conflicting parties are demonstrating against their own governments, and this is only the beginning.
They called Saturday D-Day, when protesters say the president and his government would be forced to step down.
Let us now talk about the sanctions they've applied on Russia. Are they working?
Russia is predicted to have a very sharp recession in 2022. Now we are predicting negative 6% for 2022. Before we were predicting negative 8.5%. So that's the upward revision. But it's still fairly sizable.
You see, you cannot bite the hand that feeds you, and Russia is that hand that is feeding most of Europe. Let's take Gazprom, for example. They supply some of the European countries with gas, and they don't have an alternative supplier who can replace Russia. Ask Germany, they know.
Yeah, so I think we all knew from the beginning of the war in Ukraine that you were never going to be able to replace all of Russian gas with other gas. So there was always going to be demand reduction. But here we have a very urgent situation because until the recent cuts to the supply coming through Nord Stream 1, it was the biggest single artery supplying Russian gas to Europe. So it's...
Do you remember around the beginning when Europe had Joe Biden as some sort of their spokesperson? Now, recently, Joe Biden went to Saudi Arabia and bumped fists with a shady man whose country has an exciting record on human rights. Now, listen to this. It has been reported that Saudi Arabia is actually buying oil from, guess who? Russia. So, what is the way forward here? Well, let us just forget the sanctions and ask Ukraine to take neutrality. At least that's what some experts believe might work, since it is clear that there isn't any plan here.